Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. So today is prompt reveal for the 11th flower as we've been working through our Botanical Beauties. Gosh, one more and we are done. So today's prompt or flower is Primrose. This is one that Susanna chose. I really don't know a lot about primroses, so I need to find the little guy. And we've been using this book through the whole project as our guide. So let's have a little look for a primrose. 44 and 49. Now I have to warn you that I have not covered my big blister on the palm of my hand. So that's a primrose there. So I hope it doesn't gross anyone out. I'm going to try my darndest to keep it hidden. I've been putting a little band-aid over it to protect it, but it's getting to the point where it really just needs to be, you know, in the air to dry and fix up. It's taking forever. For me, it is more primroses. I really like that. I like that structure. Okay. So yeah, for me it is, what day is it? Thursday. And I really needed to get this video made because you guys will be watching it on Monday. And I'm going to be away for the next couple of days. I'm going to the farm for the few days to do a bit of tidying up, packing up, cleaning up. I need to get some of Dad's clothes across to where I am so that it's, you know, handy. Primrose, where are we going to put you? Be good there. Or do I go there? So we have one left. Now it's been pre-selected, like, you know, way back when we started this project, this time last year. But it's a flower that I've stitched a couple of times already. So I said to Susanna, I probably won't redo it. Oh, maybe I will. I don't know, because I do love the flower. So anyone who doesn't want to do that flower could do their own choice. So for the last flower, if we haven't given you a flower that you love, maybe a favourite, you could do your own, was the theory. So I think I will keep the primrose there, just in case I do the December flower. I'm just going to Google primroses. I just need a little bit more information about them, like colours, and I'm hoping that that makes sense to sit it in the garden, you know, with the base like that. So let's have a little look. So yeah, I'm a busy girl like usual. I'm heading across to the farm and, oh, okay. Oh my gosh, look at them. Oh my goodness. Aren't you beautiful? Look at that. Okay, I know who you are. I think what threw me is the leaves here. I probably recognise the leaves more than, oh my goodness, look at it. Oh, I think we need it there. And I need to make sure that some of these little petals are facing me to get colour in there. So the first step is to draw with a heat marker, a ink soluble pen. So that's roughly the middle. So let's get our little primrose happening. Might make this one a little bit higher. So there's this little curvy, they're very lacy like, aren't they? So yeah, as I was saying, heading across to the farm, spend the weekend with my brother, pack up some of Dad's gear and get it back across to my place so it's handy. And not that he needs a great deal. He's got sort of a couple sets of clothes that I just rotate through as I go and visit and pick up washing and, you know, all those sorts of... Do I draw a shape inside? No, I think I can tell that I need to transition colours. Let's have a look at this. So they come off of a stem. Oh my goodness, I feel like my nose is about to sneeze. I'll be back in a moment, guys. Okay, sorry about that. Now, so they have this little stem all coming off this centre point. I might just do a single line for now, but it'll be a thicker stem when I, you know, draw them in properly. So yeah, got a big couple days in front of me. Also going to use the time to tidy, pack. I had not had a chance to process my mum's belongings. I sort of felt like Dad was in no rush, and I thought, well, it's not directly affecting me and space and cupboard space and all those things. So I'll be doing that as well. So there's quite a few little jobs to do. And then I guess just strip the house back to just what my brother needs. He's technically got his own place up the road, but being that it's a farm, he is going to just stay there. Honey, the dog, is there as well. So we're just going to leave things as they are for now. We do have the property on the market. It has been on the market for 2 years. So we need to, I guess, find out what these nursing homes all require, and Centrelink, which is our government agency in Australia that dictates, for want of a better descriptive word, dictates how we proceed financially with everything and what assistance Dad will get for the next stage of his life. So I'm pretty sure they will insist in the farm being sold, which is easier said than done. For any of you who are on farms and property, they're not the easiest things to sell. I wish it was a nice house sitting on a cliff face at the beach. That would be easy to sell. But no, it's a working farm. So I guess I've got to get my head around all of that. Might try and catch the real estate agent in town and just see what his thoughts are. So my guess is we will need to reduce the property in order to snag a buyer. We did, to be honest, we did put a very high price on it because I just felt like Dad would be okay there after Mum passed, not to rush and sell the farm and move him to Barham where I am, because that's a massive change in his life. And he just didn't, I don't know, he was talking the talk for a bit there and then got back into normal. So we just left it be and put pretty big stupid money on it. We thought, oh, well, if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Doesn't matter. But I think now we're at the stage where we probably need to be more realistic about the sale price and bring it back down to, I sort of have this big gap here and I just feel like the plant is a bit thicker and denser. Let me just get my little iron plugged in. I think I'm going to adjust that a little bit. Like, see how that's all open there? I think I've made it too open. So I think I'm going to maybe take those away. So yes, and I thought if I don't get this video done today, being my Thursday, I will be back Sunday madly racing around trying to get the Monday video for you guys done. So that's the plan. I hope to also do another video for the prompt mushrooms, show you my progress. That would be Tuesday's video, but I'm not so worried about that one. I'll catch that when I catch it. It's just now. So the month of November, for me, Gary's going to continue overseeing and managing our Christmas shops, because you can imagine what they're getting like, getting a little crazy. But I'm going to sort of slip away and process, I guess, a farm. I've got many little jobs to do. We're being that we're going through the whole nursing home process and we need to raise funds way surpassed what is available to get Dad a position in these nursing homes. We're looking at liquidating as many assets on the property as we can to throw it into the pool to, you know, help take the pressure off finding funds for nursing homes. So I'm going to start that process. We've already got a motorbike sold that was on the property and in pretty good condition, so it sold really well. So that money's back into the kit for Dad. There is a small runabout boat that we used to use on the dams and lakes, and so it's not something you take out to sea. Don't do that. Do the cluster of flowers first and then come down with the stem, Corrine. So what else have we done? So I've got a tinny. That's what we call them in Australia. I don't know if that's what you call them elsewhere. So I've got a tinny to bring back. There is a vehicle. There's a caravan. So just lots of tidy up things. I've been going through all the paperwork that I have here, finding registration paperwork for all of these things so that I know exactly what they are. So it's the year models and, you know, what year is it? What is it? People start asking me questions, at least I know. It's a 2015 or a 2008, and I've never been so educated on fishing boats. Oh my goodness. Just one in here. I'm not even sure if this is going to be okay, but they're a simple little flower. So I think it'll be fine. Get a couple that are sort of looking outwards, little, not yet, you know, what am I trying to say? Not yet open, yeah. I need a leaf or two. Just a hint of them. Don't want to go too many because I'd rather pretty flowers than green old leaves everywhere. Of course, this is a section that needs all stitching. Oh my goodness, I've got so much stitching to do. I'm usually right onto it all, but boy, I feel like I'm slipping behind a little bit, but that's okay. It's okay. Stitching is one of those things that can be whenever. It takes time. I don't feel stressed by it. I feel like it's lovely to have it because everything is so busy. So I'm sort of feeling a little bit blessed that I have this as a hobby, a time out. Sure that makes sense. That little flower can go there. There we go. I need to probably expand it more up here. So that's what I'm up to for the weekend. So by the time you guys watch this, I will be back and settling into the week again. Mr. Fudge is off to the vet today as well. There's a lot happening. Oh my goodness. I picked Fudgy up the other night and I was just giving him the, the once over when the cat's in your lap. Check all his bits out. And I noticed that one of his paws, the claw, had really grown very curved. He's got old man pussycat claws, which means they're thick and quite large, and we need a vet to trim them. And one of them, it's one of the finer ones. All of them have gone really thick and big, which is a bit of a old pussycat thing. One of them was still quite wispy and thin like he was, 10 years ago. And it had curled dramatically, like really taken a curl, and had gone into the pad of his foot, which is not pleasant. So a closer inspection, I realised that it hadn't penetrated the pad at all, but boy, it was close. So I got his little toenail clippers out and attempted to trim it back, but they're just, because it had gone really tight a curl, I just couldn't easily get the clippers in there, not without, wrangling the cat a little bit. And I don't like doing that. I don't like to upset my pussycat. So I said to Gaz, it's time for his teeth checkup. Once a year he goes in for a tooth clean. In the last few years, he's had a lot of teeth removed, old man. So we don't have a vet yet up here. I have been to a couple with the puppies because they did the period of time up here with my friend, and we used her local vet. Plus, I've been with her when she's gone to different vets to get medication, and I've had to do the runaround to find a vet that had in stock some flea treatment, worm treatments. So I sort of know of a couple. So anyway, the point is I picked a vet. They all seemed lovely as I'd bumped into a few through those processes, but not an actual animal into the vet, not the precious Fudge. So I picked one, and today at 10:30, I think it is, we're heading into Hervey Bay with Fudgy to say hello to the vet. He's having a meet and greet. He's got to get a quick little check and, explain to the vet what I would like done, like his little teeth cleaned. I would like also them to, while they've got him knocked out, is to clip his claws, get them back. So that's the plan today. Once I finish doing this video and Gaz appears, because he's still out cold in bed. So yeah, big day. And then grab a few bits and pieces together. I've got some boxes in the back of the car to go to the farm. Gaz brought them back from Brisbane the other day. From the shop, some excess cartons so that I can use to pack things from the farm. So I'm going to go Friday morning across to the farm, and then Gaz will come Saturday. And I'm going to take a mate with, just to have an extra set of hands. So between my friends Sue and my brother, we should really be able to get into a few tasks. The goal is to tidy up Dad's room and the office that's from the side of it, because there'll be paperwork in there I'm going to need to have on hand over the next few weeks. So I thought, might process the office, condense it down, then the room will be empty and looking a lot bigger than what it does, when you've got things in a room versus things not in a room for real estate purposes. So process that room, process Dad's room. I think too, I was chatting to my brother, he's in a side room, which is sort of not a closed-in veranda, but it sort of is. He's been there for the last couple years just, you know, helping on the farm. As I said, he's got a house just up the road. So I said to my brother, look, let's move you into the big room just to give him a bit more space while he's sort of caretaking the farm. And he hasn't had a good clean out for yonks either, so, and is probably in the need of refreshing some of his clothes. He's a farmer boy, so he's, you know, not into having fancy clothes anyway, but just lately he's been saying, hey, could you order me these pants online? Could you get me a couple of T-shirts again? So I said to him, look, let's get all of your gear out. We'll go through it, bin anything that's just old and no longer any use. And then I know exactly what I could, you know, get him some more work shorts and things like that. Bit of a freshen up. So, and in the process, if everything's out, we can pack his gear into a cupboard that's bigger because he's camping in this little room with this single door, you know, robe. And Dad's got like a very small little walk-in cupboard. So, yeah, I think we'll relocate my brother in the process. That will then clean up, tidy up that side of the house. So once again, we'll have a room that's looking bigger than probably what it is if it's full of furniture. And then I said to Sue if we could also get into the double garage that's off the side of the house, give it a big clean up, because in there is 2 big deep freezers that have come from the original farm, the biggest one, and then a second one I think came from Grandma's house when we tidied up Grandma. They're both plugged in, they're both chewing power. Yeah, we use them for frozen dinners for the boys, but being that it's just marked now, I think we could just use the freezer in the house like all us common folk do. So I think we might get them cleaned up, defrosted, and see if we can find them a home. And then just in that shed, if we pull the car out, the boat out, clean the shed out, then when Gaz gets there, there'll be a pile to go to the dump. There'll be a pile that can go over to the big shed across the creek. There'll be a pile of, I guess, memories for me, because in there in one corner is a couple old wardrobes that are full of things that my mum kept from when she cleaned out her mum's house. Oh my goodness. So I really need to go through that and see what I would like to keep. Also make a pile for the 2 remaining children from that family, so my aunt and uncle, and of course they've got their families. So I need to create a pile of Grandma's stuff to go to aunts and uncles. Does that make sense? So once that's all sorted, I'll have a nice clean double garage. Then we need to go to the hay shed over on the farm. Gee, I've done. They're there. All that yibba yabba. And there they are. Do I do another leaf through here? So, yeah, then we need to go to the hay shed in the coming weeks and start processing a farm. Tractors, boom spreaders, slashers, rotary hoes. Oh, my goodness, guys. Oh, I'm trying not to feel overwhelmed. I think I need a scrap metal guy first. Do I do a clearance sale? That would be good, because any monies we can raise to help Dad get into a nursing home would be very, very handy. So, yeah, that's the story. Where's the lid gone? I just flung it. It'll turn up. Now, colour. Well, how are we going for time? We're 20 minutes in. Now, usually I do the colour in the next video. Do I do it now? No, I will do it in the next video. I don't want to rush it. Like, it'd be easy just to go bang, 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 we're done. But what we might do instead is stamp the word Primrose onto some calico, get that into position, And then we'll leave it at that, and we can come back next week. And I'm just grabbing some ink, guys. Come back next week and play with the colours and put the paint in and then the stitching, and yeah, that's what we'll do. No need to rush. Enjoy the process. It's these little things that are going to keep us all sane, isn't it? Now, whoops. So often I get asked, where did I get these from? I bought them on eBay, and I think I type in block letters, connecting block letters, something like that. Just have a play with random words and you should find them. There's heaps of them out there. They were really expensive when I bought them, like crazy for what they are. And I should have bought 2 sets, but I didn't because they were silly. But now they're everywhere and they're a whole lot cheaper. So I probably should get a second set because it's all good until you need to double up letters and then you're jiggered. Hope I'm spelling this right. See, now we've got another R we need. Prim. S-E. Okay. I don't even know. There we are. Rose. Ah, don't drop it. Okay. R-O-S-E, but we don't have the R. Am I spelling it right? I think so. Let's just have a little look, double check that it's not, yeah, that's all right, makes sense. So, let's get ourselves some ink. This is permanent ink. Might do a couple while we got it, because you know what'll happen, it'll go skew whiff and it won't work. Okay. Let's get that little R and watch me attempt to line it up. Oh, we did it. Now we've got lots of Primrose labels. Huh, that never happens. 3 in a row. Seriously, that never happens. All right, let's get these little guys away. And then I might stitch it on. Tidy up. I should have cleaned the bottom of that stamp. Good girls would do that. Naughty girls don't. They just throw it back in the box and on to the next adventure. Oh my goodness. There we go. See, it even came in a dodgy little box that doesn't seal, and oh, you'd think that for the money I paid, I'm sure I paid close to $20 for these things. Yeah, stop fiddling, put it away. And I've got an old hair tie that twists around to keep the thing in place, like typical eBay. Give you the bare necessities in your purchase. Which one will we have? They all look pretty good. That E's sitting up high, but I think that's just the dodgy stamp. Okay, 1 Primrose. There we go. So now we just need needle and thread. Got a tiny little bit here. If I can just tack it on. Just with a few little invisible stitches. Gosh, there's some work to do in this, but that's all right. It's my come back to say good day stitch chat piece this month. So it'll be every Monday just to sit and stitch, and it's going to be a very bright stitchery, I think. See some of the other ones, because that design there is of course repeated. The lady that owned this prior to me had started some of them. So I had all this beautiful stitching in place before I come along on a couple of them, but this one had nothing. I'm just going to spin that around. Hear that iron clicking, it's still on. So next Monday we'll get the paints out, pop some colours in there. Maybe in the meantime I might do a little stitching on the piece at the bottom. But boy, it's going to be bright because these Primrose, they're a pretty little flower. It's sitting here. And they've got real yellow centres. There we go. All right, we are off and racing. We have our Primrose sketched in. Black pen leaves are in place. I might give it a little iron because that is then a permanent pen in place, and the little sketchy pen underneath is gone. Even those look like little Primrose, don't they? There we go. Beautiful. Excellent. Okay, well, I'm going to toddle off. I might pop this in a hoop as we speak, because maybe tonight I can do a little bit of stitching on this just to sort of kick us off. So I don't really have anything sitting next to my chair as my go-to grab for evening stitching. So I might just actually put this over near me. You never know, might get a little bit done. So if it's in the hoop with a box of threads, it's something then that can be grabbed. There we go. Being that there's a hang of a lot of stitching to do. There's the lid for that pen. All right. I am ready to do some stitching on this section. We'll come back and do that next week with colours and stitches and things like that. All right, guys, have a lovely weekend. Tomorrow you'll see the Just Because quilt. That is sitting filmed. Another project I need to revisit and get a video done, but I've got a week for that, so there's no rush. I don't want to rush that. I'm really enjoying doing it, so we'll catch that one when we catch it. All right, thank you very much and have a lovely weekend, and I'll catch you all when I see you next. Bye.